This is Yerushalmi Peah Daf Nun Ches, and the art scroll goes with another edition, and we're starting at the beginning of the parak, right at the top of the Ches Aleph. In the Vilna edition, it's the bottom of Lamed Aleph Amid Aleph, still the beginning of the parak. Any olive tree which has a name in the field, in other words, it's famous. And even if its name is that it drips with olives once a year. V'shachon, you forget it, and a shicha. It's not even forget a shicha. When it's true, b'shmo v'ma'asav umkamo. It's known by its name and by its deeds and by its place. B'shmo sheshuvchani. That it would poured forth olives. Oh, bishani. On the other hand, it's embarrassing. Actually, not embarrassing. I guess not that it's embarrassing, but embarrasses other trees, other olive trees. Bishani masab shoseh harbe mukomo. That it produces a lot. Shu omed b'tzad hagat ben komo. It was how is it recognizable in its place. Shu omed b'tzad hagas. It's next to the press. Or b'tzad pirza, open next to a breach in the wall. B'shar kol hazesim. I just before we go on, I have to look at my Mareches Aruch here. Mareches Aruch says that shuvchani is b'zeisim sheshovchim shem harbe. Shezeisav mevushalim hein betov. They're very, very ripe. By shani veishim she'enosim shemen. So the Moshe says by shani means it's mevayish other olive trees and that it makes much more oil. But the Mareches Aruch says, like I said before, that it is very dry. It doesn't produce much oil at all, but it's still known. Then he has another parish achar mimakom. It's from a certain place. Sheshmo Beishan, k'mo chayfani beishani. Another parish Beishani shemevayish es chavero. That's like the Pnei Moshe. It's the other obviously shows kifnai chaver makes double the other ones. Okay, so says the Mishnah further. Shnayim shicha. That's two shicha, shlosha aim shicha, which is like basically supposed to be Shama says 3 and 4. That's my ain shicha lezesim. It says there is no shicha lezesim. So Pnei Moshe says, "Far from the law, my Rabbi Yosef is man sheba Adrianos." Shachik tamya, his bones should be ground up, which is like machshmo. Echriv is called arts to destroy the whole land. So there weren't so many olives. When there are prevalent olives, then Rabbi Yossi agrees that there is shikha by zaysim. Okay, says Gemara, Am Rabbi Law. Rabbi Law said, you forgot a bundle in the field. Omer shata shocholiolam. That means an anonymous bundle, an anonymous one which you would forget forever. Yotzes eshad zochro, as opposed to this one that you remember achar zman. After time elapses, because it has this significance to it. Rabbi Yirmiyah asked, Haya mesuyim b'daito. Is if by him it was special. Kamisha Masuyam, is that considered enough? In other words, is that despite the fact that by others it's not special, by him it's special. Is that significant enough to prevent it from becoming shicha? If you're standing next to it was standing next to a palm tree, and the palm tree makes it significant, that because it has a unique feature. If two of them were gushed with oil, each one makes the other one. Each one is Messiah the other one. So this actually b'nichusa. It's not that works. Even though the two in the tofas, each one makes the other one significant. What about the entire field is mitofa, however? There is no shicha for zaysim. It's not when it's only initially when there weren't so many olive trees. Janisa, Russia, Vechivas Karetz, when he destroyed the entire land. Actually, Zaysim Mitzuyim Yeshem Shicha. But now that Zaysim are prevalent, so they do have Shicha. So the name Moshe says, since by him all objects in a teifa, so it's their mitzuyan, and therefore they're not. They're not. Their name is not special. So since the name is not special, so therefore they do have shicha. The entire field just the tofa does have shicha. Okay, shavchani. So. Notwithstanding, Gemara is going to get into the discussion of these names. Shavchani, no tev shemen, it drips with oil. But the tofa, the tofa means drips with oil. What do you mean? That this is the drips with oil. This one drips with oil. We're ready that the tofa drips with oil. But the ela shuo se shemen arbe. Shavchani means it produces much oil. But now but Ma'asav Shul Seharbe, no, then that's one which is known in its activity, in its deeds. It makes a lot. So that would be redundant with that part of the Mishnah. Shavchani Shul Shemen Harbe, so everybody says Shavchani is one which makes a lot of oil. And the Tofa Notev Shemen, it drips with oil. But Ma'asav Shul Osarbe, that it produces a lot, and presumably Osarbe means a lot of olives, as opposed to a lot of oil. Beishani. So Beishani. Easter boy Meimar Beishani Mamish. Those are the Rebbe says Shemavuyash, like the first shot in the Kolodan. Shemavuyash. Shemavuyash mizaysim achem she'eno osim zaysim. She'eno so zaysim v'shaylonos. Yeshagam can shame mach mas v'raso. Teaches us that you can have a shame, which is a negative name, because it's not as good as the other trees. Some say that it embarrasses its friend. Arba kaflesim. So the Ephraim says that you change Gershon to baklesim, which would be Latin, flaxin. No, so it should be flaxin. And there's like plex, duplex, triplex. So I guess this is quadruplex. Makes 4 times as much. So that would be a Beishani that either embarrasses its friends making that much, or it self-embarrasses others by making that much, by making 4 times as much. Let's see what Kavanoki says about this. Yeah, it says that it makes so much oil that it embarrasses the others, and that's 4 times the average tree. Okay. Like we then learned over there, kav. If all the amorim in the field were a kav each, one is a 4 kav, and he forgot it, since it makes more than its friend, although that Russian is not so, the Russian is more tzukabas for olive tree than by the amorim, but the point is the same. It's as if it is the designated. So the Asgmar Adi ever kosher and Bashana? Does it have to have such fantastic production each and every year to be called the Beishani? According to this understanding, no. If it does in most years, that's enough to make it special and designated. Okay, now we're going to part Mishnah, which talks about B'Mekomo. It's next to the press, or B'Tzara Pirza, or next to the breach in the wall. Masisa B'Shamayu. So our Mishnah says is going like B'Shamai. The B'Shamai Hefker Aniyim Hefker. B'Shamai says Hefker Aniyim is Hefker. The Rebaz, which I wrote in the second more that once when I learned it again, I didn't understand it, but let's see if I can understand it now. That's actually Sefer, Me'omer Shu Samach L'Gapa L'Godish. He's asking from the Omer, which is next to the Gapa and Godish. In that Mishnah, he's not asking from from the Efkanim Hefker, but from Beis Shammai's Shita about Somel Gaba Somel Kodesh is not considered B'Shikha. So now I understand. I'm not sure I understand it. In other words, that Mishnah back there, which we had in Parak Vav Mishnah Aleph. Yeah, there are two shitas of. No, that's number one. The halacha base. Homer shesam legabel lebakar lebeker ukelim b'shachal b'shamayim and shechal b'somim shechla. So this is, so we see here the Chara that is like Beis Shammai, that since it's next to a feature of the fence, it's not considered to be shikha. No. Here it goes to everybody. Talmud tolush b'tzad dar mechubar. There, the talk about an omer which is tolush next to something which is mechubar, and that only works in Beis Shammai. Bram hacha davar mechubar mitzad davar mechubar. There's an affinity of something which is in the ground and something else is in the ground, and that makes it mesuyam. It's a little bit of a difficult svara, but I guess that's what he's saying. It could be differently. It could be that there's, on the contrary, Davar Tolish is going to Beis Hillel. We're saying that Beis Hillel there says because it's Gappa and the Gappa is not mechuber to the karka. There's no cement, and the Gadish is also not mechuber. So therefore, since it's a Davar Tolish, it's not matzio, whatever's next to it, because it's not so significant, because it could be moved. But a Davar mechuber, like here, where it's next to a real wall or next to a significant tree, then it is, even Beis Hillel agrees that it's going to be matzu. I like that shot. I think it's a nice shot. Okay, pat myself on the back there. Rabbi Yossi Omer en shelo zeisim Amar Shimon Yokim lo Amar Rabbi Yossi B'Shana shelo zeisim mitzuyim, when the olives are not prevalent. Sheba Adrianus HaRasha, when Adrianus the wicked one came, v'chriv kol arts and destroyed the entire land. Achshav shelo zeisim mitzuyim, but now the olive trees are prevalent again. Yesh lahem shicha, they do have shicha. Amar Rabbi Yossi, this is the Rabbi Yossi the Amora. Lo chiyev adam shicha l'zeisim ela Rabbi Akiva. This is the only person who required shicha by zeisim is Rabbi Akiva to dorish achrecha acharecha. He has a drasha Yerushalmi achrecha achrecha. Later on, it's going to come out that the Yerushalmi is lav dafka. Me'ata ain't shicha zeisim. So we could say that the Rabbi Yossi, the Tana, holds there's no shicha for zeisim at all. Not just time Adrianus, ever, because he doesn't darshan this drasha. I mean, after in Shulzais Rabbi Yossi, the lo darish acharecha, because doesn't darshan acharecha. Hey Sibun, so they asked, Hare Omer Shikha. Well, the what about the Ridva says, Omer Shikha, Lo Ksub Acharecha. Doesn't say Acharecha there. Became a Shiksiv, Lo Toshul B'Chachta. So why is it, why is there, why is Omer Shikha if there's not, if it doesn't say Acharecha? So, Hare Omer Shikha, Lo Ksub Acharecha. Became a Shiksiv, Lo Toshul B'Chachta, Kamisha Ksub Acharecha. So like we have all over Shas, Zui Shiva, Zui Peah. That is a, you don't need specifically the word acharecha, you need the words to tell me that you don't go back. Rabbi Yonah asks, Hayin Zeis Netufa. So the Ridba says that everybody rak aliba the Rabbi Shimon ben Yokim. The first time in the Rabbi Yossi Shimshei Mitzuyim, Lo Mishum Nein Shicha Zeisim Klau. Going according to the opinion of Rabbi Yossi, there is no there is no shicha zeisim because of Adrianus Ketzer. Mao b'zais netufa. Kshehischabo. The What about Zayis Natufa, where you started harvesting it? This feel like Latanaka Masisa Halon, the Eshel Shikha. The Shikha, once you started on it. Mipa Rabbi Yossi Elo, does he argue that or not? Me, we say, came Rabbi Yossi, I feel Ein on the Tufa. Lav Shikha, we say that since Rabbi Yossi, even if it's not in the Tufa, it's not Shikha. Shum Ein Mitzvah, because it's not so prevalent. It came in the Tofa, the Choshev Arbe, so the Tofa, which is super Choshev, I feel Yitzchak in B'Shichacha. Even if you start it, there's no Shikha. Probably Rabbanan B'Tarte. He would argue Rabbanan on two things. Chadus filei the Bechol Zeisim ain't Shikha. First of all, he holds that no olives are Shikha after Adrianus. Furthermore, the Mintofa feel Iskabo ain't Shikha. He would start it, there's no Shikha. Odima B'Shis Mother Rabbi Yossi Rabbanan. Daf Mintofa have a Shikha. Once you started that tree, there's Shikha in that tree. Have a Shikha the question is not resolved. But there he goes. So that's what everybody insides do. Muslim. Adaiti the Rabbi Yosef Hiskabo can be shlo Hiskabo. That but so it's not resolved. But the Rebbe's going to say, "Rabbi Yossi Amar the day Maski Yerushalmi Tiny Rabbi Yosef Mesisim Shum Lo Dorish Acharecha Meshul Zeisim Klaus No Shul Zeizero Lekam Limi Boya Boya." To Rabbi Yonah, don't have Rabbi Yonah's question. You don't have that inquiry. The Vade Poli Rabbi Yossi Gamba Seifa. He must argue in the Seifa because he holds no Shikha on trees. Olives, will you start them or not? So there was never going to be any shikha by zaysim, no matter what. Okay, and that brings us well into Daf Tes halacha base. Very difficult halacha. We will stop here for halacha.